Today I will be reading Walt Disney's classic storybook, Bambi. One spring morning, a deer was born in a thicket in the woods. A bird saw the tiny fawn with his mother and ran to tell the other animals. Soon, rabbits and squirrels scurried toward the thicket. Robins and bluebirds settled onto the surrounding bushes. "Wake up, friend owl," a rabbit called. "It's happened. The new prince is born." So the owl yawned and made his way to the thicket too. As he arrived, the baby deer stood up for the very first time. The fawn's legs were stiff and shaky. The baby deer swayed as he walked. "He's kind of wobbly, isn't he?" a young rabbit named Thumper said. He asked the deer's mother what the fawn's name was. "I think I'll call him Bambi," she answered. "Bambi?" Thumper repeated. "Yep, I guess that'll do all right." Soon the young prince grew sleepy. He lay down and took a nap. When Bambi woke up, the chipmunks and opossum greeted him excitedly. "Good morning, young prince," they chattered. Bambi couldn't talk yet, but he smiled. Soon Bambi met Thumper and his sisters. The bunnies wanted Bambi to play with them. Together they ran through the forest and hopped over branches. Bambi tried to jump over a log, but he got stuck. Bambi untangled his legs and stood up. Thumper and his sisters cheered. Then they saw something. "Those are birds," Thumper told Bambi. "Bird?" Bambi sounded out slowly. It was the first word. Bambi was so excited that he repeated the word over and over. When Bambi saw a yellow butterfly, he called out, "Bird." "No," Thumper corrected him. "That's not a bird. That's a butterfly." Bambi followed the butterfly for a while. Then it flew into some flowers. Bambi pranced after it. "Butterfly," he cried out. The ground. "No," Thumper said. "That's a flower." Thumper pushed his nose into the petals and sniffed. Bambi did the same, but he suddenly drew back. His nose had touched something warm and furry. Just then a small black and white head peeked out. "Flower," Bambi called proudly. The furry creature was a skunk. He blushed at Bambi. Thumper laughed and laughed. "That's not a flower," he exclaimed. "He's a little—" "Oh, that's all right," the skunk said. "He can call me a flower if he wants to. I don't mind." And so from that day on, the skunk was known as Flower. By midsummer, Bambi's mother decided that the fawn was ready to visit the meadow. Bambi walked to the edge of the forest. He wanted to run into the meadow, but his mother stopped him. She took a few steps forward and sniffed the air. Finally, she decided it was safe, and the two went exploring. Not for long after, Bambi and his mother came to a pond. Bambi looked into the water where he saw his reflection for the first time. All of a sudden, Bambi saw another deer's reflection in the water. Bambi was startled. He jumped back. Then he realized that there was a fawn standing beside him. Her name was Feline. Bambi ran to his mother and leaned against her. "You're not afraid, are you?" Bambi's mother asked. Bambi shook his head. Then he looked at Feline. Feline giggled and licked his cheek. Bambi ran away as fast as he could, but Feline chased after him. The fawns raced all over the meadow that afternoon. Soon the two were great friends. Over time, autumn arrived. The forest leaves turned red and orange. It rained more often and the wind blew harder. The trees began to shed their leaves, and soon all the branches were bare. The forest looked very different. One cold day, Bambi woke up to find everything covered in white. "It's snow," his mother explained. "Winter has come." Bambi was delighted. He met Thumper at a frozen pond. The rabbit thumped his foot against the solid ice. "Look," Thumper said, "the water's stiff." Thumper took a running jump and slid across the pond. Bambi tried to follow, but his legs shot out from under him. Plop! He fell on the ice and knocked into Thumper, sending him spinning. The bunny landed in a snowbank. As Thumper shook some snow off his tail, he heard snoring. With Bambi by his side, Thumper hoped along until they came to a cave. The two friends looked inside and saw Flower. He was fast asleep. The skunk woke up when he heard his friends calling him. Flower explained he planned to sleep all winter. As snow began to fall, the friends said goodbye to Flower and headed for home. Bambi wondered if winter would ever end. "It seems long, but it won't last forever," his mother said. And she was right. Soon enough, the weather got warmer. The snow melted, flowers started to grow. The animals woke up from their long naps. Spring had finally returned. The end.